Another dominating performance tonight here at City Fieldhouse as Detroit City continues their dominating ways in the MASLW Great Lakes North Division, coming away with a 10-0 victory tonight. A couple of things of significance here. First shutout on the year for Detroit City, so a clean sheet for both Gabby Shriver tonight for the most part, as Detroit City just rolled and rolled and rolled. Zoe Greenhall started scoring 2 minutes with 2 minutes left in the first quarter to put Detroit City up by a score of 1-0 going into the second quarter. Then they got 4 more goals in the second quarter. Let's see here. Amanda Britton got her first one, making it 2-0. And then Detroit went on the power play at the 8:47 mark of the second quarter. Claire Ciarlino with the goal to make it 3-0 for Detroit City. Amanda Britton got her second of the night at the 4:03 mark of the second quarter to make it 4-0. And then Detroit City went on the power play one more time. Situation here was number 21 of Iowa was sent off for a very hard foul, sent off with a red card. The Iowa coach also received a yellow card in that situation. And, of course, Detroit City ended up going on the power play, in which they scored with 33.3 seconds left of the second quarter. Tatiana Mason making it 5-0, and that's how they would go into halftime. Zoe Greenhog opened up the scoring in the second half at the 8:44 mark with her second goal of the night. Then Kathleen Murphy, new to the squad this week, made it 7-0 at the 3:25 mark of the third quarter of play. And at the end of that, it was 7-0 for Detroit City. 3 more goals in the fourth quarter of play. Elisa Baeron coming off her work with the men's side as a sports performance coach. We got an interview with her coming up. And Hannah Crum, along with Amanda Britton, getting the hat trick on the evening. Detroit City 10, Iowa Demon Hawks 0. Fantastic performance tonight by this women's squad, improving to 8-0 on the season. We got a highlight package coming up with a whole bunch of all there is goal. All you see is City goals in this highlight package here that I'm going to bring up here. But a great win tonight by Detroit City. Coming up, as I mentioned, we talked to Elisa Baeron about tonight's match and her new role as a sports performance coach for the Detroit City men's side. And we also talk with just announced now going to be third-year man on the job, David Dwaihy of the USLW side for Detroit City FC. So enjoy these highlights coming up here with Mr. Dwaihy and Jared Mackey on the call.
She excels in these situations when things aren't going great and you need a little pick-me-up.
And as a former player yourself, has that helped from being a former player?
I think so. Oh, look at that.
Right, Detroit City FC. That was an unbelievable finish.
What a goal. What a goal.
You mentioned the dummy, and I mentioned the finish, and it's Zoe Greenhalgh 4 minutes in to playing off of her line. You kind of see that in the arena game all the time when you're here at the Fieldhouse any given night. You see these goals. And that one, what a shot that is from wide.
I think that's
Amanda Britton.
And maybe we're pretty far from it, but a possible little redirection touch or a little push-on touch.
In the attacking fourth. Dow and Baeron linking up on multiple 1-2s so far in this sequence. Comes back to Ciarlino, top of the area. Going to play it back to Anya Dow. Dow with the right foot. That's going to fall back to Ciarlino.
That's it.
Into the back of the net. Detroit City FC gets the goal on the power play, courtesy of Claire Ciarlino.
Great fit.
2 cards at the end of the game.
Really?
So something to keep an eye on.
That.
Yeah.
A little bit of drama.
Little bit of drama.
Oh, that's a great ball from
Greenhouse going to play it into Britton.
What a finish. That's a great goal.
Britton gets her second of the night. It's 4-0 DCFC. Going for it, Hannah Crum. That one's going to come all the way through. Back up top to Serlino. Back to Crum. Tatiana Mason.
It's been a really well-worked power play from Detroit City FC. They haven't had a ton of shots.
Mason with the left foot into the back of the net. It's 5-0.
Good strike from Tatiana Mason.
Hannah Crum might be into some danger here.
Good pressure from Hannah Crum.
Great pressure from Hannah Crum, and her being up, further up the pitch might help Detroit City FC right here as Baeron's going to play it across.
What a finish.
And that's,
wow.
I mean, that's an unbelievable goal.
We had great
That's
view of
an
that.
unbelievable goal.
And the playmaker has become the goal scorer, Zoe Greenhalgh. What a finish.
Because of, that they feel comfortable enough with her style of play and how good she is in one-on-one defending, that they let her do that because they know she can.
Yeah. Yeah, and what a luxury that is. You can commit more numbers forward and have the confident. Oh,
that one's played across, and what a finish.
Goal.
That one got her fired up.
Is that a Katie to Katie goal? Katie Coleman to Katie Murphy?
Is that a first? Was going to get,
She was in a tough spot.
From distance, what a finish that was.
Yes, I'm happy for Elisa Baeron there. That was a great finish. And she's excited to get on the scoreboard. Look at that. Look at that. That's pure joy.
Oh.
Well done, Elisa.
And that's a popular goal.
Welcome back.
And the whole team's really going to get her on that one.
Oh, man, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yes, Chad.
That was great.
I've seen Elisa Baeron score a lot of goals on this field, and that was one of the better ones I've seen.
Clean sheet would be awesome for Detroit City FC.
That would
it's kind of really all you can want
at this point.
Yeah. Unless Danny Evans wants 10. I'm sure the crowd here would love 10.
Ooh,
Speaking of which, Hannah Crum threw on goal. Hannah Crum beats the goalkeeper. 9-0 Detroit City FC.
Great ball through from her, but she's certainly done her job well when called upon. The savable shots she's saved.
Anya Dow now looking to add a 10th, left-footed.
There it is.
And that one comes all the way across and in. And I can't tell who do you think got a touch on that?
I think Amanda Britton finished the job. And I think Anya Dow did a classic far post where whether it goes in or yeah. You can't go wrong with that strike from Anya Dow because it's either a goal or it's a tap in. The far post is the way to go in indoor.
All right, after another dominating match in which this one here scored a goal, Detroit City coming away with a 10-0 victory. Elisa Baeron joins us now. She is also the sports performance coach for the Detroit City men's side here. And, first off, great game tonight. Another dominating performance. I mean, love being back with the girls out there.
Thank you. Today I think was a big team performance. Everyone played their best game, and I think having a shutout was really our biggest goal. I'm super happy to be back. After that injury, being out for so long, I definitely miss playing with the girls. They're my best friends, and it's just so much fun to be back out there playing with them.
Looked like you were having fun out there all night long. So it is a good feeling to be back out there with the gang, shall we say? So, but tell us about your newest role in Detroit City.
Yeah, so recently I was hired being the sports performance coach for the men's team. Something I've been kind of dreaming, working towards it for a long time now. Super excited to have that opportunity given by the club and the trust, obviously. Working with Danny and the coaching staff as well as the guys has been nothing short of incredible. Lots of learning, growing, and I'm super excited to get the season started next week.
Yes, big game down in Miami, so you get to travel with the team for the next couple of weeks before coming home for the home opener on March 22nd against Birmingham Legion FC. How do you think the guys are looking out there?
Good. I think we've been growing a lot over the last few weeks. It's a lot of new guys on the team. Team chemistry is getting better and better, and I'm excited for them to show the work that they've been putting in the last few weeks.
That's good. That's good to hear, especially for a team that finished fourth in the conference third in the conference last year, managed to get that home playoff game. Do you see that same hunger and intensity? I mean, just by looking at them on the pitch.
Oh, absolutely. They've been working so hard for so long to get back on the field and compete in the championship, and not only obviously being away on the road for the first 2 weeks, but also coming home. I think that's a big game everyone is looking towards too.
That's good. That's a good sign. Now, going back to the women's side here, they have been just so dominant. We've been watching this thing all season long, averaging 10 goals per match. Add 10 more to that goal differential tonight, making it 57 goals to the positive. I mean, is it the division that we're playing in, or is it just the fact that these girls are just out there, they just want to win at all costs?
I think for us, a big advantage that we have is we've been playing together for so many years. Between outside, playing in the USLW League, and then obviously now being inside. This is our second season together. We have a lot of returners, and for us, like learning this type of game, a lot of things are coming together. We have phenomenal additions to the team this year that came in, made an immediate impact, and I think having, for us, we have a really, really good team chemistry, and having that is really, I think, setting us apart from other teams. Plus, I think I would say we do have quite a bit of talent, and we have a really roster full of talented depth.
Yeah, absolutely. Even without leading goal scorer Kayla Addison tonight, she's doing coaching duty down in Louisville right now, and another one of. Megan Miles was not in the lineup tonight, but still, you guys found a way to get 10 tonight. Keeping that average up of 10 goals per game. It's just the fact that it's just running rickshaw throughout the whole, shall we say, the whole North Division at this point. Are you going to be? You're not going to be able to join them for when the playoffs start, obviously. Yeah. So, you see this team making a big noise down in
Iowa.
down in Iowa. I'm trying to think of the Urbandale. You think they're going to make a big noise down there, especially with some of the competition in the MASLW?
I think there's going to be really good teams between Columbus, Cincinnati, and probably some teams from the South.
I heard Chihuahua Savage is a pretty good team.
Yeah. So those teams are obviously going to give us a pretty tough competition, but I have full faith and full belief in this team that no matter who's traveling, that they're going to represent City. They're going to give their very best out. They're going to play their hearts out. And, in the end, the best team is going to win. And I truly hope, and I have believe that it's hopefully going to be us.
We're hoping that it ends up in a final this year instead of in the national semifinal like it did last year against Sonoma Sky in the PASL. So we're hoping for a good return there. Good to talk to you. Great.
Thank you.
And we'll see you out there on the pitch with the boys coming up. First game coming up for Detroit City's men this coming Saturday night down in Miami against Miami FC at Mr. Worldwide Stadium, Pitbull Stadium down at FIU.
Thank you so much.
All right, here with women's coach just named this week for the third year, Dave Dwaihy. He was just on the call tonight as Detroit City continues to dominate the MASLW Great Lakes North Division. And what can you say? About this squad?
On the broadcast, it's like I was just telling Elisa, it's getting a little awkward. Like how can you continue to come up with fresh ways to praise the way they're playing, to talk about goals that just keep happening, and you got to remain sensitive to the plight of their opponents, because they've really been just a dominant force in their division. But super entertaining, attractive soccer, very selfless. They're putting all sorts of different goals together, and the mentality of the team is clearly like pass first, find the open player, and it's really serving them well. So it's been a joy to watch.
Absolutely, it has been. Even last week, even in Iowa, you saw the four-bagger from Kayla Addison. Ania Dow gets a hat trick the next day. After a precarious position, let's just say that, they were down 1-0 at the half, come back, get 5 straight goals. Iowa ends up getting themselves in a situation where they had a 5-on-3 advantage, and Detroit killed that off with no problems.
Yeah, I think you see it in every game. They've won comfortably in the end, but they've been challenged throughout, and there've been tricky moments of frustration. But we talked about a lot during the W League season. This group of players just has a fantastic chemistry among them and camaraderie, and the locker room is super healthy. And it kind of manifests in the games. They get through difficult times together. They succeed together, and just fun to watch them kind of solve problems on the fly. And they've got a lot of heart, and they got a lot of togetherness, and that'll take you a long way.
Absolutely. And I mean, like you said, same group that played in the summer, took you to a national championship game against North Carolina. And now this is the same group of players that also played last year with a chance for a national championship, only to be crushed by Sonoma Sky in the semifinal there. So now they're going to go to Urbandale. I keep forgetting it's Urbandale. I keep getting Urbandale and Uniondale confused.
That's okay.
But they're going to go down to Urbandale at the end of the month, and I'm sure it's going to be a different tournament. A lot of teams there, and I was speaking earlier with Elisa Baeron about that. Like the Columbuses, the Cincinnatis, Chihuahua Savage. They've been tearing it up as well. Yeah. So it's a lot different competition than what we've been seeing here in the Great Lakes North.
Yeah, absolutely. There's teams across the country that are having seasons like ours within their own division, and so it'll be neat to see, kind of the best of each region come together and go at it. And I think the experience that this group got last year, making it to the semifinal, it's a pretty unforgiving structure. Or at least last year, I thought they played a lot of games over a few days. This year, it sounds a little bit more reasonable, but even still, you got to bring some, this team has a lot of depth. You hope they can all travel, and you hope they can put it together. But it will be a tall order for sure.
Even missing a couple people tonight. Obviously, Kayla Addison being out with her squad down in Louisville. And then I'm trying to think, Megan Miles out of the lineup tonight. You just had different people out there just doing their job.
Yeah, it's a next person up mentality, and this group knows how to handle that better than any. And it's the nature of summer soccer that you get a lot of rotation in the squad, and it's also the nature of this time of year where players have different commitments that come up. And so Danny Evans has put an incredible squad together. Any subset of her player pool is going to come in and do the job, and it's neat to see a couple new faces tonight. Katie Murphy, Nikki Hoff, both getting
Katie scored a goal earlier
tonight. Both had fantastic sort of first performances, I thought, and the level did not drop at all.
Absolutely not. And so Zoe Greenhog opened up the scoring in both halves tonight, opened up the scoring to start off the game, and then opened up the scoring in the second half. 5 goals in each half. Another total dominant night for Detroit City. It's like, Detroit City got 10 goals again.
Really, it's becoming kind of almost something you expect as a supporter. But still, they keep delivering. It's not easy to do. It's not easy to make it through an indoor season and not have an off night or not have a night where you stumble a little bit. But they just keep finding ways to, put balls in the back of the net, dominate teams, and just really complete performances.
Yeah. Great calls throughout the year, obviously, with you and Jared Mackey. Special thanks to you guys. You guys have been doing a fantastic job on that. And best of luck to you going into your third season on the bench for Detroit City FC's women as they battle as they go into the battleground of the Great Lakes Division of the Central Conference in the USLW tonight. So, Dave, always a pleasure.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me, and it's an honor to coach the team in the summer, and I'll look forward to seeing everybody at the games.
All right, and they're coming up real soon.
Yeah.
And once again, Detroit City with the victory tonight, 10-0 over the Iowa Demon Hawks. For Dave Dwaihy, this is Mad Cat saying, keep your feet in the ground, keep reaching for the galaxy. We'll see you soon.